Awesome. Thank you, Silvana, for the introduction.
You're
Hi,
fine.
everybody. Welcome
Hi.
to this class. So my
Morning.
name is Ori, as you heard, and I am from Venezuela. So my first language is Spanish. So excuse my English.
It's really good.
Thank you. So today we're gonna do a cartoony portrait. So whatever you have learned before about proportions and realistic illustrations, we won't do that. So take that out of your mind. Okay, so today we're gonna need just pencil, any pencil, eraser, any eraser, and then paper, any paper. So everything that you should have in your home. I'm just gonna put the camera where it should be so you can see my work. Let me turn this to the side. Whoop, and here we are. Hello. There we go. Okay. There it is. So hello, everybody. This is me. And this is my name, Ori Chalbaud.
Oh, so
You
nice.
can find me everywhere in social media as Ori Chalbaud.
Oh, wow. That's so nice.
Okay. So this is what I plan to do today. So this would be like the final thing, the final art. So these are going to be two cartoons, one for a girl, one for a boy. So as you can see, it's very different from what you have done before, I think.
Yeah. Can I just say that in Chinese just to let them know what we're doing today?
Sure.
Yeah. 今天我们是画一个女孩，一个男孩老師放在這裡給你們看的哈。今日我哋畫兩個，一個男，一個女。Yeah, go ahead.
So if you need any time to make the translation, just let me know and I will pass. Okay, awesome. Okay, so as I said before, you have to forget everything about what you have learned about realistic portraits. So for example, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use one paper just like for exercises, and then another paper for our final art. So you can either divide the paper in two parts, or you can just have like different papers, whatever you feel is more comfortable to you. So in realistic portraits, we usually have like this face divided like in super, like each part is very specific, and we don't do this in cartoons portraits. So for cartoon portraits, I'm just gonna erase this. We usually make one proportion bigger. So it could be the eyes, for example. So this part would be the eyes. Or let me just try one face here. Or it could be maybe the mouth. So this part would be the mouth, and this part would be the eyes.
I will just
or maybe
that. Sorry.
Oh, sure.
I'll just explain that in Chinese. 老师讲哈，我们画漫画的时候，我们的什么我们不要画的两个眼睛一样，或者是画的整美，不是这样的。有时候你的画的眼睛会很大很大，或者是画的那个嘴巴很大很大。So 漫畫就是這樣啦。廣東話嘅朋友會識聽嗬？睇下先 ，I think they okay。So 老師講我哋畫漫畫係咪？即係講唔應該畫到樣樣嘢都齊齊整整嘅。總之畫到個眼珠好大啊，或者個嘴好大啊，呢啲就係漫畫啦。Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Or maybe it can be the nose. Maybe the nose can be like the big one.
Yeah.
So you just choose like one big part. So it won't have, they won't have the same proportions, they will have different proportions. Okay. So my favorite thing to do is to have bigger eyes. So this is my go-to. But the good thing about this class is that you could do this thing in whatever you want. So if you like it better when you have bigger mouth, you can go with that. Or if you like it better when you have bigger nose, you can go with that. Just choose what you feel more comfortable. I like bigger eyes. They say the eyes are the window of the soul. So that's why I like when they are big.
Mm-hmm.
So cartoons are always very fun because you can always change the position too. So if you have a face, let me draw 3 faces.
你哋個跟老師畫嗬，呢啲係練習嘅啫，呢個唔係今日正式畫嘅，呢啲係練習，這個是練習而已哈。你們現在跟老師一樣這樣畫。Yeah.
Okay. So when you have, you can have different positions. So for example, you can have your eyes on the top. So it could be eyes, and smile. Mm-hmm. Or maybe they can be in the middle. So eyes, and smile. Or maybe they can be in the bottom. Eyes, and smile. So as you can see, with just the same shapes, you can have 3 different faces. And that's the fun thing about cartoons. This is a good exercise that you can practice at home. And you can see the different faces and also which proportion do you like the most to try. You can make the translation if you want.
Yeah, it's okay. I think they understood that. Yeah.
Okay. Let me go with another paper. So another fun thing about cartoons is that you can also have different shapes for your face. So for example, we could have like a circle face. Maybe we can have a face that is more like a square. Maybe you know someone that have more like an upside down egg shape or oval or even a diamond shape. There's also one that is like a heart. Or maybe it's just like a weird cartoon with a weird shaped face.
我们画那个脸的时候，不一定是要圆圈而已的，可以四方，也可以什么唔同嘅形式都得。Yeah, go ahead.
Awesome. So what I do with my faces is that I always do like this cross. And this would be, for example, let me try it here. I have this cross. And then here is where I draw my eyes. So we can try this in all the different shapes and you can see how different they could look. So for example, if we go to the square, we also draw that cross and we draw 2 big circles that are gonna be our eyes. And I'm gonna do the same with all the shapes. And as I told you before, you can either change the position. So maybe you want this to have like eyes on the top of the face. So you just change your cross and you try to do the horizontal line more close to the top part. No, that's my dog, sorry. And here, for example, I could go and do the eyes more in the bottom. So it's like something super different from the other ones. So you don't have to be perfect. Cartoons aren't perfect. So this is another fun fact about cartoons, that the more shaky or the more weird the shapes are, the more fun the cartoons look. So don't be scared if your circles don't look good or they look weird, like this one right here. It gives them more character. And I always really like to do this exercise because you can try so many different shapes and you can find like so many different new characters and fun characters, right? So you don't have to stay to the real life characters or persons. Awesome. So what I do with the eyes is that normally they go like in the middle of this line, this horizontal line. And for me, that's like more easy to draw. So let's try another thing. Let's try different noses. So one of the noses that I really like are the ones that look like an upside down interrogation mark. So you can try this one. There are lots of different noses. You can try one that is like an arc. Maybe one that is like let's say it's like a triangle, but without a part in the bottom. And this is also the fun thing about cartoons, that you can do whatever you want and you can have maybe like a super tiny nose or maybe like a super big nose. Maybe it can be really, really far from the eyes. Let's do the same. So there are like a million ways to do your characters. You just have to practice, and just try all the characters that you can. Just have fun. And I like to do all this exercise before getting into this because I think this also helps you with your hand and with your drawings to make them more loose and you don't feel that pressure. Let's see. Let's do some mouth. We could do an arc. We could have maybe something like an upside down D. Maybe we can add some lips. So what I do with the lips is that first I do the arc, and then I go and do like a number 3, but like an upside down number 3. And then just a little arc for the bottom. So it's like a closed mouth with some sexy lips. Let's try this one right here. I'm gonna do the arc, then number 3, and then another arc. Maybe you want your cartoon to be sad. Or maybe like worried. So you can do like an M. So you can also change all the emotions on your characters. and express different things. You may have the same character and then just change the mouth and they will look totally different. Let's try an angry one. So this one would be like this. Almost like a peanut. You could also add some teeth. So like an horizontal line and then lots of vertical lines. So you see how different they look before and they look now?
How would you do a big open mouth?
Big open mouth. I probably would just do it like a big O. So if it's like, whoa, what's going on?
Oh, okay.
So it's very fun because either of them are getting like these different character and personalities that they didn't have before. So we just add those different noses and mouth and they all look different now. And that's a very, very fun exercise. You can try it with all the shapes and try it with different mouths and different eyes. I love making big eyes, as I said before, but you could also have them maybe just with really tiny eyes. Let's do the X, the cross. Maybe just two little dots, and then maybe a big nose. Then hey. So everything will depend on what you want and how you want your cartoon to look like. It's very fun to have different type of eyes and shapes. They are all different people. So let's talk about the ears. For the ears, I always try to do them, to start them at the end of this horizontal line. And they are just, for me, I just draw them like a letter C. So just like this. And I start right here in the horizontal line. Then just like a C. And it's the same way for the ears. You can have them big, you can have them small. You can have them maybe more, let's do something like an elf. So this guy could be a vampire. Or maybe something more, let's do like a big ear. And I like to add a little arc or like a little C next to it. So it gives you the illusion that have volume. Let's do one here. Some shapes are harder than other ones. For example, this one may look a little bit weird, but then maybe this part will be hair. So just play with it and have fun. Maybe it could be more like a square ear. Really weird, but these are just like fictional characters. So ears are the easiest part of the drawing. And maybe we could add some eyes. Some little dots. Maybe this character can be, you know, he's happy, so he has like big eyes. And his eyebrows are just two arcs that are in the top of the eyes. And it's the same with the eyebrows. You can have different shapes and different textures. maybe this one can have like tired eyes. And he has like these big square eyebrows. And this one is looking straight up to you. This one is very sad, so his eyes should be with these sad lines. Poor guy. So as you can see, your eyebrows also helps you a lot with the emotions. Let's do this one, looking to the side, because it's worry about this guy. And this little guy is a little bit crazy. Let's do these big eyebrows. This guy is super wondering what's happening.
Beginning to look like a monkey.
Yes. So as you can see, we have like all these face elements. Lucky. Oops, sorry about the dog. So they have all the elements that in a realistic portrait you will have. So they have the eyes, nose, mouth, ears, and eyebrows. They just are in different sizes, different shapes, different positions. I always like to do this bit first because you don't always have to stay to the same thing. You can always change your characters. Even if you are doing a portrait for a real person, if that person you see that they have more like a square face, you can just do the square face and it would look way much funnier than a regular realistic shape. You're trying to emphasize all those parts of the person that you are doing the portrait and make them bigger and funnier, because that's what cartoons are about. So maybe that person have big eyes, you want to do them like super, super big. Or maybe that person have big mouth and you want to do it super, super big. So this was a good exercise. I hope you repeat this again in your house. And now let's try to do this one.
I'll ask them to see if they want to take a picture of this so that they can remember this and practice at home.
Sure.
Yeah. 你们要拍一个相片啊，你在家里可以聯繫哈啊，畫這個漫畫，影張相咧。如果你哋要喺屋企練習㗎啊。Yeah, they are taking picture.
Awesome. I'll just leave it like this for a minute so they can.
呢啲係佢教我哋咁啊，基本知識非常好啊！你話
係啦。Oh, okay. She wants me to let you know that they love this kind of teaching. That you are teaching them the basic, and you are like building up the whole picture one step at a time. They love this. Thank you very much, Oriana.
Thank you, guys. Very glad that you like it.
影咗未啊？大家 Let me see if they have all taken the picture. I think they have. Yeah, they're all good. Good. 拍了相片了哈。Okay, they're good.
Okay. So I'm just gonna grab another piece of paper. And let's start with the one that we were gonna do for today. So for this character, she's gonna have more like oval shape. So I'm gonna start with a big oval for the face. Don't really worry about if your shape is not good as you want. This is just the sketch, so your lines doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to understand what you're drawing. And now I'm gonna do the line that will separate my face, the vertical line, and then the horizontal line. So for this character, I want the eyes to be, let's say not in the middle, but more close to the upper part. So you have an egg shape face and a cross. That's like the essential part for starting your cartoon. And now, as I said before, I always like to do my big eyes. So I'm just gonna do like a big rounded eyes. We all have different shapes for the eyes, but I just like to, like I said, I like big eyes characters. I think that the eyes express a lot. And then for the nose, I want them to have kind of a medium nose, not a really big one. So I'm just gonna put a line here. And here my nose will be. So this time I'm gonna do a nose like I did before. I'm gonna erase this line right here. It's like a little arc. And let's keep doing the eyes. So I like to do a little arc right here in the bottom of the circles because they look like bigger cheeks. And then I can choose where I want my eyes to be, like the middle of the eye, the pupil. So I want them to be looking straight forward.
Yeah, the one doing well is because they are in the second year already. The weaker ones are those were the ones bought last year.
So they won't be right in the middle. They will be a little bit to the side of the circles. Because if you draw them right in the middle, they will look like they are scared. So for the color of the eyes, I like doing a circle around. And this part would be the part with the color. So if you have black eyes, green eyes, brown eyes, there you can add your color. In this case, we're doing a woman. So I always like to do some what's it in for that? I forgot. Let me look for that translation. Well, let's say I'd like to do this part of the eyes because you can see that it's more a girl. So you can do like like a triangle at the end of the circle. And then just add more pressure to that pencil so it looks darker. And she will look like she has some makeup. And now we're gonna add some eyebrows. So for this girl, I would like her to have like thin eyebrows. So I just draw an arc. And then I add a little arc on the top. And the same for the other side. An arc and then a little arc on the top. So it doesn't matter where you draw the eyebrows. If you want them to be more closer to the top, it's okay. It would always depend on the person that you're drawing, and you know, everybody have different facial gestures and positions, so it's okay. And then what I like to do with the nose, so it doesn't look that flat, I like to add a little arc right here. So it's like it was the shadow of your nose. Okay, let's draw some mouth. So for this girl, I want her to have some lips. So as I told you before, I'm gonna draw this arc, and then something like a number 3 upside down. And then another arc for the part of the lips that are down. And also I like to add a little line on the sides because it also is like her cheeks. Now let's see what are we going to do with her face shape, because right now it's looking very perfect in this egg shape. So what I do first is that I draw 2 lines that are going to be next to the eyes. This part of the lines are going to be like the sides of your head. And then I draw the ears. So remember I told you I draw the ears like a C, like a letter C. We're gonna do that right here. This has one ear right here. And the other ear right here. And then because I don't want her face to look this rounded, I will change that a little bit and add some cheeks. So this looks like super big. I'm gonna change that. Maybe I want her face to be this big, not this big, just like right here. So I'm going to try to make a line from here to here, but also add some, let's say, some cheeks. So this is gonna be an arc too. And the same with the other side. And you can add a little arc here. So her face won't look this long. I mean, she could be this long, but I like it better like this. So let's add her hair. We all have super different type of hair. For this character, she's gonna have a short hair. And so I want to I'm gonna make a line here. So her hair will start in this part. So this is gonna be another arc from here to here. We're gonna do an arc. More like a wave. And then I'm gonna do the line from here to here. And it's also gonna be more like a little wave. And for the top part, we could do a super big arc first. So it's like a sketch line. So I'm gonna start from here to here. And this is just to help me do a better line after. And now I'm gonna do it from here to here. And we can also add some jewelry because she's already done. So maybe you want her to have some earrings. We could add some pearls. So these are just two circles that are going to be in the bottom of her ears. And then for the eyes, we can also add a little bit of volume so she won't look that flat. So if our light will come from this part, let's say the sun is right here, she will have a little bit of blur in her eyes. So I like to do this like a oval, and this is like, this will be all white. So it's the light that is coming from, let's say, the sun. And then you can just feel all the circle. But with not too much pressure. So you can see the difference between the black part and the iris. How are you guys doing?
I think they're all having fun.
Can you repeat, go over the eye part? I missed that.
Sorry, again?
Can you go over the eyes again, please?
Oh, you want me to draw the eyes again? Sure.
Yeah.
So I'll do it right here on the side. First, I start with a circle. And then I do an arc in the bottom part. And that's the cheek. Then I do the, let's say the black part of the eye. This time we can do, well, let's do the same part. So I just draw like that little black circle. And as you can see, it's not right in the middle, it's moved a little bit to the side. And then I draw another big circle. And this is going to be the iris. Then in this part, like in the edge of the eye, I draw like a triangle. I'm gonna try to do it like this. And then I just color it. And apply more pressure to this part of the eye, to this edge, and then to the top. It looks more like an eyeliner. And then for the iris, I just draw an oval. So that's gonna be my light. That's gonna be all white. And then just color the inside of the iris.
Oh, okay. I missed that part. Okay.
No worries. And then you can just erase the parts that you're not using. So you won't have problem. You won't have a problem.
Okay, good.
Looking all those lines.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome, you're welcome. I'm gonna erase all the lines that are here, that are like extra lines, so you can see them better. So usually what I like to do after I have all the right lines, I like to erase the ones that I'm not using, the ones that I use for the sketch, because later when I want to maybe like color it, I like to use a black marker. So I paint in the top of all the lines that I want. Then I have the outline in black. Now she looks better. So for example, if I were to color this lady after, first I will just use one of like a black marker, and I will go over all the lines that I did. You don't have to do this, I'm just showing you like very quick. And then after I do this, and I wait a little bit so the marker won't move, I just erase all the pencil, and then I just have my, like it will look like this.
Can you show the pen again?
Yes, so this one is
that?
Pigma graphic.
Okay. So it's
And
like
this is from Sakura.
Okay.
You can use a regular black marker.
It's like a fine marker, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Uh-huh.
And they come in different, like they have different tips. That you just like use the one that you want.
So this one is fine or extra fine?
This one is fine. Extra fine. I have this one, what you can see here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then I have this one that is like the same brand. It's Sakura Pigma Micro. And for example, this one says 08. So they have different thickness. You can find this one on Michael's.
And Michael?
Yes.
老师讲，你们画了这个以后，你可以用那个有颜色的那个笔再画多一次啦，然後就擦掉你的鉛筆的 lines。你可以用嗰個黑色嗰個筆㗎，再畫多一次咧，咁你嘅鉛筆嗰啲就擦咗去㗎。
So this is what I would do after I have the marker. I would erase the pencil, and you just get like a nice finish that looks better than the pencil.
Yeah, it does.
You just have to wait a little bit.
So would you color the irises, the dark part here, with the same marker as well?
Well, just this part, like the little circle, but then not this part.
Not that
this part.
Okay.
I would do it with a color pencil or a marker.
Okay.
Yeah, it will depend on what kind of material you want to use. So we can do now the man. It will be pretty much the same. We're just gonna change a little bit of some little details.
Let me ask
I don't know if you want to take a picture. Yes.
如果你們要拍相片，影相咧，如果你哋要再練習嘅。Yeah, they're taking picture.
Awesome.
Xiang Rong, 你可以拍照哈。你不用拍照哈。Okay.
Good.
Wait, she's just taking out her camera. Okay, she's doing it now. Okay. 很好 Okay. 谢谢哈。Okay, good.
Awesome. I'll just grab another piece of paper.
很好啊，小荣。哈哈哈哈。很好，很好。
Okay,
现在我们画那个
having
男
fun.
的哈。Okay.
Okay, now let's try to do a boy or a man. So for this character, I like to use more like a square face, because sometimes not all the men have more like a square face, but their facial expressions are always harder than the woman. So let's start with a square, or more like a rectangle. Okay. Now let's do again the cross. So for this character, I'm gonna try something different. How about if I make the horizontal line more close to the part that is down? So this part would look bigger than this part. Now let's draw the eyes, so big circles. And let's make the line for the nose. So this time I want the nose to be little. So it's gonna be around here. I'm gonna draw an horizontal line. It doesn't matter if it's close to your eyes. And let's try a different nose. So for this nose, I'm gonna try it here. This is gonna be a 3, like a number 3, but it's gonna have like 3 bellies. So regular 3 will be like this. Well, upside down 3. And now we're gonna do like a 3 bellies number 3. So 1, 2, 3. And I'm gonna try it here. 1, 2, 3. And I like this nose because you can always change it. So maybe your bellies doesn't have to have the same size. You can do one little, one big, one little, and they look super different. Or maybe they can be all little, all smaller. So I like this shape a lot. And then this space will be for the mouth. For the mouth, we could do an arc. And then we can add, like, try to do it with a little pressure so it won't look very dark. So it's like a triangle. And I'm saying it with not do it with too much pressure, because sometimes when we do it with too much pressure, then we change our mind. We could do it either this way, or maybe we can have more like a big rounded smile. So you choose the one that you prefer. I think I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna stay to this one. So this is gonna be a big arc. So he's very happy. And that, let's add some little lines in the edges. So these are the cheeks. And maybe we could add something that looks like teeth. So usually you don't want to draw all the teeth because they look a little bit scary. So you can just draw an arc like this, and they will look like this. Now let's do the eyes. So for the eyes, we're gonna do the same thing as we did before. I'm gonna start with some arcs that are gonna be our cheeks. And then the black part of the eyes. Maybe this time we can do him, we can draw him like he's looking up. So let's try something different. Let's draw the eye right here in the top. So again, as before, the eye is not in the middle, it's more to the side. And also the same for this part. So he's looking up. And we're gonna draw some circles that are gonna be our iris. So again, not with too much pressure, because this is just a sketch. So we will be erasing these lines. Right now it looks very weird. Now let's apply more pressure here in the eyes. So if you had the same problem as I did, that this eye looked like super close to the upper part, and this eye is like, no, you can just try to make the eye bigger. So they look more alike. And now I'm gonna add the eyebrows. So because he's looking up, usually your eyebrows would be somewhere here, but because he's looking up, his eyebrows also like go up. So I'm gonna do an arc, but this time the eyebrows are gonna be bigger. So it's like if I were doing 2 rectangles. And I'm gonna do the same for the other side. So it's like, whoa. And as I said before, I like to do the parts of the man, like the eyebrows, I like to do them thicker because usually on men's have thicker eyebrows, but it always depends on the person, right? Now let's go and do the sides of the face. So I'm just gonna do 2 lines, 2 vertical lines that are parallel. And then I'm gonna draw the ears. So these are gonna be 2 letter C's. This time, his ears are not that big because he has small ears. So 2 letter C's and 2 little C's, little ones right here. Awesome. Now for this guy, I want him to have, well, he's gonna have a square shape, but I would like him to have like this part a little bigger. So I just mark 2 lines here. And I'm gonna do an arc. And now I'm gonna make an arc for the cheeks as I did before. And they're gonna start from here to here. So he still have that square face shape, but of course it's not that square because we usually don't have like those angles. Now let's go to the hair. So initially, I had in mind something like this, but I'm gonna change it. So we can do something different. Hi. Because we all don't have like this straight hair. We also can have curly hair or different kind of hair. So let's try something different. So you can try something different too. So for example, if he had curly hair, what I would do, oh, that's my dog, sorry. What I would do is to do this little, like these little trees that I showed you before, all around his face, his head. So let's start with the sketch first. Let's make him, let's make a line here. So this is gonna be his forehead. And then we're gonna make this line here. So you kind of want to follow that square shape we did before, but more like in a rounded type. And we're gonna fill this with lots of trees with 3 bellies. So let's start from here. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. He's gonna have lots of curls. So these weird number trees, they don't have to be super exact, super the same, because curls aren't all the same. So have fun with them. And then for the other part of the hair, maybe he has an afro. So we can do a big circle. Big circle. With not too much pressure. Because this is the line that we're using just for the sketch. And then we're gonna do lots of number trees. So I would start not from here, but more like from here. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Lots of bellies. You can have 4, maybe 2. Lots of bellies. He has a very, very curly hair. How about that? That's a lot of hair.
That's a lot of hair.
And if you want to add more texture to that hair, you can do some of those bellies around in the middle. So you can just add like more details. So this is just having fun with your character. Just think about the people that surrounds you, like all the different kind of hairs and shapes and eyebrows and eyes. I'm gonna erase all the lines that I'm not using so you can have a better look. There you go. And now for the eyes, like we did before, let's say this time the light comes from the left side. So I will do the oval on the left side. Just keep in mind, where is your light coming, or where do you want your light to come? And then draw your little oval. And then just paint the inner part. I know, I'm sorry. Sorry about my dog, he's a little drama king.
The dog is hungry.
No, he's like, pay me attention, pet me, pet me, pet me. There you go. Oh, and I forgot the line that I like to do on the nose. So give it more volume. So for example, if you would like this guy to be older, maybe you can add some more line expressions. So maybe you can add some lines in the forehead. Then some lines between the eyebrows. So these are all like arcs. And maybe some lines in the edge of each eye. So I could do one here and two here, or maybe even three. And as you can see, every time that I draw a line, the character looks older. You can make these lines longer and also these lines.
It's going from a young man to an old man.
Yes. And also we could add some little ones right here. We could even add some beer. So maybe like he didn't shave today. So he has all these little hairs. This is the fun thing.
Now he looks completely different.
Oh yes. That was before pandemic and after pandemic.
Oh,
this was when he started working at home.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can add and add more and more details and it will be a completely different person. You could even have a mole right here.
Actually, your pencil is dark enough that it almost looks like pen on the screen.
Yes, I try to look for one that is very thick. And also I'm doing the lines very thick so you can really see it. Maybe we can add some glasses, right? Because his view is getting worse every day, so he's gonna have big rounded glasses. I'm just doing 2 circles. Then one here. So as you can see, the more you add some details, the more personality your character has. And I just wanted to before we end the class, I would like to draw some different kind of eyes because sometimes people don't have like these super big eyes and maybe more closed eyes. And I always like start from the same, I'll just draw it here, from the same shape, from the circle. And then let's say the closer you have your eyes, I will just make the arcs closer to the center. So for example, this is my eye. I'm just gonna divide it in 4 parts. So usually I make the cheek right here, but if I want the eyes to look more close, I just go and draw the cheek line more close to the center. And then I do the same with the upper part. I draw them more close to the center. So at the end, my eye will look like this. So remember, you won't see the whole circle because it's your eye is closed, almost closed. So you will just see one part. So let's say the light is there. So as you can see, I start from the same shape, like a big round eye, and then I just close it. Let's do another one here. Maybe this person has different shape of eye. Maybe this person can have like more like an oval shape, right? And then I just draw the line for the cheeks. And then the line for the upper eyelid. And then this time he's looking straight forward. Let's add some eyeliner too. So I draw this triangle in the edge. And then you, so you can have like super big open eyes, or maybe some more closed eyes. And it's the same if you want to add the different emotions, like you start from the circle. And then maybe if he's sad, you will have this diagonal curve line, and then the cheek, and then the eye. So as you can see, it's always like the same structure, but you just change the eyelids. Let's try another one. Maybe this one is more like angry. So I just draw the cheek line, and then it can be like a very horizontal and straight line, because usually the angrier you are, the lines are more straight, like sharp. So he will be very angry. So you can even add his eyebrows right here. Same very sharp eyebrows. Looking very mad. So yeah, there are a lot of different types of eyes and nose and mouth. Like this is a whole universe. You can try so many different characters. You just have to have fun and just try different things without caring if it looks great or perfect. The more imperfect it is, the more great it looks, the more funnier it looks. So yeah, there's a lot of type of things that you can do. So I hope you learned a lot today, and I hope you really like this class.